What's good, everybody? It's your boy Simba, and today I'm coming at y'all with a brand new video. And today we are going to be talking about Brad Stevens and his future with the Boston Celtics. But before I hop into that, I would really appreciate if you could hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and drop a like. We are a very small channel over here. We are trying to grow, so I appreciate every single like, subscription. It does help the channel out a ton. But yo, without further ado, let's hop right into the crux of today's topic. Should Brad Stevens remain the coach of the Boston Celtics? Now, to 95% of y'all, you probably say, duh, he should stay the coach of the Celtics, right? He's a top 5-ish coach in the NBA, right? I think we can all agree on that. He's probably top 5 minimum, top 10 coach in the league. However, there are a lot of Celtics fans that have been calling for his head. And honestly, I understand their frustration. So let's hop right into it. So Brad Stevens, when he came into the NBA, he came from Butler. He was viewed as some sort of genius. And I feel like as the years have progressed, it's been kind of exposed. He's still a good coach, don't get it twisted, but he isn't the genius that people touted him to be. He's not the next Greg Popovich. We can get that out the way. And in my personal opinion, I just think he is a very good coach, but he is not elite per se. And if we just look out east, there are clearly two coaches that are better than him. Nick Nurse and Eric Spoelstra are 100% better coaches than Brad Stevens. And let's look at Brad Stevens' tenure very quickly. He has made the conference finals 3 times in his tenure with the Celtics. And each of those 3 times, he has been unsuccessful to make it out of the conference finals. Now, we do have to bring context in. The first year that they made it to the conference finals with Isaiah Thomas, his MVP candidate season, he did end up getting injured and they lost 4-1 to the Cleveland Cavaliers, which is totally understandable. Your best player is injured, you lose that series. I get it. The next time that they would make it to the conference finals would be with no Kyrie Irving and a rookie Jason Tatum, sophomore Jaylen Brown. The team was still very young, and they pushed LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers to 7 games. However, when it came to game 7, they were unsuccessful at the end of the day. And now the third time that they have made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, they end up losing in 5 games to a less talented Miami Heat team. This Miami Heat team is 1000% less talented than the Boston Celtics. However, Eric Spoelstra outcoached Brad Stevens. And honestly, the argument from many people that want Brad Stevens gone is maybe the ceiling with him as the coach has been reached. And I tend to agree with that statement. If this year they couldn't make it out of the East with this roster and the competition being lower, because we do have to realize the Indiana Pacers were very injured, and it's the bubble as well. We do have to take that into account of things. It is the bubble, so circumstances are 100% different. But the Indiana Pacers were riddled with injuries. The Milwaukee Bucks got upset in the second round. The Toronto Raptors, they were beaten by the Celtics. However, the series should have not been that close. The Celtics have a more talented roster by far, and they almost lost in 7 games. The 76ers were depleted. They were injured. No Ben Simmons. So the East was wide open this year. They match up against an inferior team, and they end up losing. And honestly, I think the ceiling with Brad Stevens is probably gone. Some of his rotations are very bad. He just makes questionable decisions as the coach. Gordon Hayward just came back from an injury. Why is he taking all these minutes from Marcus Smart? Marcus Smart has been the 3rd best player for the Boston Celtics this year in the playoffs. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, they did their thing. Marcus Smart was right there with them hooping. And I mean, Brad Stevens, he just hasn't been able to get the full potential out of his teams that he's had, and he doesn't manage egos well. That's another thing. Kemba Walker's egoless, that is beautiful. That's a great player to have. However, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they're young right now. They will be developing egos very soon, and we have seen that Brad Stevens has not been able to manage egos. And I don't know. I'm not advocating that he gets fired, because he is still a top 5 minimum top 10 coach in the league. However, I do understand the reasoning behind it, and I'd love to hear your comments down below. Do you guys believe that the Boston Celtics and Brad Stevens should part ways, or do you believe that they should run it back and just maybe make some roster changes, trade Gordon Hayward, do what they got to do? I'd love to hear in the comment section down below. Do you think it's more of a roster issue or a coaching issue? I'd love to hear it, but I definitely do think that this Celtics team should be a lot better than they are. That's just my personal opinion. I'd love to hear in the comment section down below. It's me, your boy Simba. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out, bruh. Peace.